Hello and welcome to my knife channel. Well, I thought I'd give you a more in-depth look at this Marbles D2 Sowbelly and just some of the things that I like about it. I really haven't found anything that I don't like about it, but this is the way that I wish knife makers would go when they're improving a traditional design. Is you improve the steel, the handle material, micarta is still, like traditional, kind of, but it has that feel, like it's a traditional type of thing, even though it's a more modern finish. And yeah, not going overboard, not changing the design. This is a Sowbelly trapper. Not changing the design, the traditional knife pattern. If you want to get really extra bold, you could attach a thin pocket clip, but I don't know. You'd probably piss off the completely traditional purist, but there's probably few of those around anymore, I mean, nowadays, a lot of people, it's hard to get them interested in grandpa knives, So, if you added a pocket clip, you might bring some of the people that are used to having a clip in there. But anyways, this particular design is executed very well. I did sharpen the blade here a little bit because of the profile on the main blade. I was just messing around with it, and I was following. I just took that Easy Lap paddle type of sharpener, and I just laid it upon the bevel they already had. And most time when you do a grind on a knife, it'll leave like striations on the blade. Sorry, this thing's bouncing around. And it'll leave grind marks. And if you want to just kind of like try to polish up the blade itself, you can see where they are. You just lay your sharpener or Lansky or whatever, on it. I was just doing this by hand. Oh, look at that. Did you see that? There was a little bug or something landed on the blade. Maybe that was reflection. Weird. Yeah, anyways, I was just polishing that off. And I kind of unevened it because they're not always even on their grind. So then I did the same thing on the other side. And then I took it to the Lansky crock sticks just to straighten out the edge, just went like this and this with both grits of the rods and everything. And then I honed it. And now it's pretty good. I mean, it was sharp coming out of the box, but it had some toothiness. Sorry. It just slides along. I also thought about doing a cut test, but I looked at Patty's Potato Peeler has done a 440A versus D2 cut test on stuff, and so have a lot of other people. And I also realized I don't have that much cardboard to do a cut test. I'd have to make like really thin, cuts between the stuff, and it would take quite a while. But from what I can tell, excuse me, it's holding an edge pretty well. I mean, it'll do anything that you'd expect a knife to, a pocket knife to do. Little on wood. Sometimes when the blade gets really sharp, it's hard to whittle because it digs in so much. You have to have more like a working edge to just do like a polish point. Goes through paracord like butter. This is a little small zip tie, but you run into these a lot in things. And also, if you're ever in packing material and stuff, that I don't know. I used to have a bunch of those little bands, those green straps, but those things are pretty tough to cut. Boom, just goes right through it. So yeah, it's a pretty nice knife. Let's get the measurements. I'll throw the specs up and everything, but now that I know that Marbles is made by in the same factory as Rough Riders. I'm going to start collecting more of the marbles. Now this comes out, and I'll put up a picture of all the different versions that it comes out in D2 and everything with. But you've got a nice, fairly good clip point main blade, a little over 2 inches, cutting edge. I have no blade rub between the two when they hit. They're not hitting the liners. Some of them, they're lined up perfectly when you get them, but when you go to push your finger in for the nail neck, you're actually cocking a blade, and that's where that stripe is that's hitting on the edge. Well, you can see a little bit of a one right there, and that's where that's coming from. It's not that they designed it wrong or whatever. There's just a little bit of play or something in there. All right, yeah, so we have a pretty decent Sowbelly blade. It's about 1 3/4 inches cutting edge, or 5 centimeters. And let's look at the little, it's got a pretty good sheep's foot on it. Now I haven't sharpened up any of these. See the bevel on that? That's nice and fairly consistent, even. But it's a straight edge, you know. It's really hard to screw that up. I mean, you can do it, but it's got some curves and everything. It's hard for them to maintain the angle when you curve if you're doing it by hand. And all these are built by hand. I don't know if they're ground by hand, but yeah, it's got a nice bevel on that one. About 1.5 inches on that guy. Let's get some weight in here, and then I'll go to the overall impressions of it. Start off in grams, I think. Yeah. 86 grams, or 3.03, basically 3 ounces. So yeah, it's not really heavy in your pocket. I don't know why I changed mode instead of turning off and on. I really like the micarta. I like micarta, canvas micarta, especially as one of my favorite handle materials. This one's a little bit more polished than I'd like, but I mean it's nice. It's got a little bit of grippiness to it, but you know, you don't have to have a whole lot of grippiness. But I really like micarta. I haven't cleaned this up on the inside. It's got a very good half stop on each one of them. When you pull it, it locks into place real well. I'd say the pull is probably like a 6. I like them strong like this. I don't like them too strong where they're breaking your nails, but I don't like them real weak either, because the stronger that backlock spring is, the more it's going to resist this, which is the thing that would bite you. But the way this is designed, if you rest your finger here, this bolster is protecting part of it, and the kick, if you're resting on the kick, you're never going to cut yourself. You're going to feel it, you know. You're going to feel it push on there, and you're going to either stop doing what you're doing, which is, if it's going this way, then go this way with your hand to release that, you know, whatever's happening, or let go of the knife, you know, if you have to. But, yeah, I've got some experience at cutting myself. Anyways, I'm going to clean it out with brake cleaner out on the balcony there. Just hit it down here with brake cleaner and everything. I haven't put any KPL on it or anything like this, but this D2 really takes a nice shine to it. I like how they did the marbles shield on there, and they didn't get completely carried away. You have to really look. This is not etched. It's one of those printed type of stamps on there. Let's see if we can zoom in. MR431, China. That's what I was propping this up with. It was a bamboo stick. I thought that was funny. Yeah, because it kind of rocks. You know, it's round and everything. It's contoured. So if you want it sitting up and showing for the camera, you have to put something behind it, you know, to prop it up. But it carries very well in the hand. That's what I like about Sowbellys and stuff, is that curve just fits your hand perfectly. And it's very nice. I like the way it's done. Yeah, the back springs, there's only a couple little gaps here. This is just minor to me. I mean, I really don't freak out about things like this. I mean, even if I could see gaps through the liners and everything, as long as the knife worked and everything for the price I'm paying. Oh, also I see something kind of like casting. Where is it? You see that? You see how that metal's formed? Sorry, I'm trying to get it to focus on that and not the background. Get up here, you dumbass. But yeah, the flatter these cuts are these are your half stops, and this is all the gunk that usually comes in with it. The flatter those are, the more solidly it locks. The more rounded off that gets, the worse lockup you get. And these are, like I said, you wouldn't find this probably in a GEC, that kind of like off cut, but it really does not affect it at all as far as like performance or anything. It's just a cosmetic type of thing. And I mean, like, this is only like a $16 knife or something, so 16 or 17. I'll put the price up. I do want to get the lockback they got, the little small lockback in D2. And I'll try to keep saving up cardboard and getting more. Let me just pause this. I've got a little bit of cardboard here. Here we go. There's a little bit of cardboard. Do some cutting on it. Let's see how it does in cardboard. Oh yeah, it just glides through. Now, the test wouldn't be too hard. Like I said, I'd have to make small. If you want to make the most out of it, and you want to figure out how you do, in my case, I'd have to make like 6-inch sections, and then I'd have to just figure out how long each one is of 6-inch sections, and then the more you cut out of it, the narrower you can get this, the better it would be. But it's like a practical limit, you know. You can only go, it's probably as small as I would get. And you just have to do this and do this and do this until this thing is no longer sharp. It will no longer cut paper or hair. It still works sharp after that. You could still do stuff. But I mean, this is what you'd have to do. And yeah, I get bored every once in a while. I could probably do that. But yeah, I'm just not young anymore. That's just not a really great thing. I'm pretty sure this is D2. And D2 is usually unaffected by cardboard until after like hundreds of feet. Uh-oh, we got a little tearage there. Yeah, but anyways, I like it. And this is the way I'd like them to improve it. They could still keep D2 steel in it, but just put bone handles on there, or mother of pearl, or yellow handles, or any of that stuff, you know. And the price difference between it is what really amazes me, and that's why I said I hope it's not just a teaser price, because this is really, if you look at the other Marbles version, Sowbelly Trapper like this, it's in 440A, it's only like $14, $14.99, I think, you know, so we'll round up to 15, and this one's $17, $16.99. So it's only $2 more for upgraded steel, and I would consider this upgraded handle material, because the problem with bone is it'll crack sometimes, and it's susceptible to, used to be, you know, shrinkage and stuff like this. The fit and finish on this thing is excellent. You don't even feel the transition. The only thing you feel is these stripes on the bolster. There's a little bit of a grind here where they went off slightly. But like I said, you have to get really critical to find imperfections on one of these things. And for the price that I'm paying, you know, this is not a GEC, you know, it's not a $100 knife and everything. But for a all-around user and carrier, I think it's a great knife. I really like it. I'll probably get the rest of it just for the sake of getting the rest of them, you know, just to have them. But yeah, excellent little knife, highly recommended. And if you get a chance, pick one up. They're still made in China now. You know, Marbles, just like a lot of other companies have gone to China, but they're doing craftsmanship is very good no matter what country it comes from. You know, you look at craftsmanship, and if you think, you know, the person that's doing this is building it by hand and he's just running through a bunch of them, and yeah, it'd get easy to get sloppy, but these blades are bent well, they don't hit each other, you know, when they're coming up and down. And like I said, the action is really good on them. They're really solid. That half stop just really just locks in place. And the D2 acts like D2, at least when I was sharpening it. It acts like D2. It's definitely not faking it as 440A and just with the stamp on here, you know. So, yeah, I'm impressed. I really like it. I highly recommend them. So, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.